Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Banter Club podcast. Actually, it's our first episode. Um, you're gonna love this channel. Make sure to subscribe to the Banter Club on YouTube. Follow us on all our socials. Source code for our source code sports for our official Twitter sports handle, and source code _GH for our main parent website. Handle. Let's get into it. We'll start today from Spurs. Tottenham Hotspurs. Where do I start? Tottenham Hotspurs. Bottless. That's all I gotta say. They are bottless because technically, look, Jose Mourinho set this team up. Within the first 20 minutes, Spurs were leading 2-0, 3-0. Everything was going on well for Tottenham Hotspurs. Title charge. That's what their fans were saying on Twitter. They were going for a title charge. Everyone believed in their title ambitions, and I mean the game was smooth for Tottenham Hotspurs. Jose Mourinho was relaxed. He never stood from his seat to even get on the touchline to even talk to the players because it was just so comfortable. Then they came into the second half. The second half they come in and everything is a shambles. I mean West Ham team talk in the dressing room after the first half was really intense because the players really responded to what the coach actually said to them. This is a coach that was at home for 2 weeks, 2 weeks or so for COVID. I think he was required to quarantine for 2 weeks, and ever since he was gone, West Ham had been on a good run. They've been winning their matches, beating Leicester at the King Power also, but today Leicester lost to Aston Villa 1-0. So basically, I think it all has to go down to Leicester being on a bad run or a bad form. But you can take that away from West Ham. They were really good at Leicester. They come in the second half and they were staggering. They were good. They were stringing passes around and they were stopping Tottenham from dinking those balls up front. Son, I think when they came back in the second half, they had, I think, 2 or 3 men, Mark, Son, and Hurricane. So they cut the supply from Hurricane to Son Heung-min, and everything still was looking okay for Tottenham Hotspurs until West Ham got a goal, and Tottenham started looking very nervy. They looked very nervy, and I'm telling you this the first goal from West Ham United came and it was over the 80th minute. It was just 10 minutes to go, and there came another own goal from Sanchez, and oh my God, Tottenham Hotspur blew away 3-goal lead in 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes, Manuel Lanzini corner kick. That was the dying moments of the game. It was an extraordinary strike. It was a good strike. It was scintillating. It was lovely to watch, and you can watch the video now on your screens as it's playing. It was a very good hit from Manuel Lanzini, the Argentine. Put it right at the top of the goalpost. The keeper had no chance. No keeper would have had any chance to save that ball, and 3-3. Come on, Tottenham Hotspurs. This is a complete bottle job. It's a big time bottle job. It is worse than Manchester United losing to Tottenham 6-1, because at least Man United would have something to say that they had a red card. But going 3 goals up and losing a game by drawing a game by 3-3 with just 10 minutes to go. I don't know. I don't think Tottenham Hotspur is ever gonna win the Premier League. I don't think so. I don't think they're ever gonna win the Premier League because, man, all the teams. Look, this season has been crazy. The Premier League has been crazy. No doubt about that. The Premier League has been really crazy. And if you are looking at it, the title is wide open. It's blown wide open. Virgil van Dijk had an injury, and we all know that Virgil van Dijk is the pillar at the back for Liverpool. And without him, Liverpool collapses at the back. It is because of Virgil van Dijk that Liverpool has been what they are over the past 2 years. The Champions League run, the Premier League title charge, it was all based on Virgil van Dijk. He controls that defense. He's a leader in that team. And for some reason, look, I think we'll get to Liverpool and Everton, because I think that ball was a red card. Come on. But Liverpool has been favored by VAR a lot. I mean, anything Liverpool wants, VAR give it to them. So I think, look, come on. Don't bite me. It's the banter club, and I think it should have been at least a yellow card for Pickford, because that challenge was late. He didn't have the intention of getting the ball. He just went in just like that, without considering if he was gonna get someone injured or not. But well, he is the keeper, so you can't blame him much. But the refereeing in this Premier League season has been horrendous. Now back to Spurs. Look, I don't know about all of you, but I know one thing for sure, that Tottenham Hotspurs can never win the Premier League, because look, this was a Premier League winning team. This was a game that they would have fought and would have won. And you have to give props to Zinedine Zidane, because I think he knows. Zinedine Zidane knows, because they look. Harry Kane has been on the bench. It was supposed to be a day for Harry Kane. It was supposed to be a day for Gary Bale had been on the bench. It was supposed to be a day for Gary Bale. His return to White Hart Lane, although it has changed. I mean, it wasn't the White Hart Lane we all know. I mean, that old White Hart Lane that had the game is about glory banners all over the place. But I mean, look, let's talk about. I've always wondered about that. The game is about glory, from Tottenham Hotspur fans putting banners in their stadium about glory. Where's the glory? Tottenham Hotspur have not spent glory in over 2 decades. I don't even remember the last time Tottenham won a trophy, but here they are claiming the game is about glory. But anyway, Harry Kane comes in. He gets a glorious chance to win the game for Tottenham Hotspurs, and he balloons it over the. I mean, I didn't even know what I was watching. I was like, wow, that should have been a goal. That should have been a goal with nice footwork, counter attack. I think that Jose Mourinho is loving the counter attack with Son and Kane, and now add Gary Bale with Lamela and all those attackers. Bergwijn. He should have won the game for Spurs. Gareth Bale, but he wasn't able to pick the right corner, and the ball just went sideways. Anyways, they drew the game. It feels like a loss, and I'm not surprised. I don't think anyone is surprised. Tottenham Hotspurs are bottlers, and if you can't win a game like this after beating Manchester United at Old Trafford 6-1. Humiliation there for Manchester United, although they had a red card, but still Tottenham were brilliant on that day. And you play West Ham, and the best you could do is lead by 3-0 till the 80th minute, and take away the headlines from Harry Kane and Son Heung-min. Now the headlines falls on Manuel Lanzini. That was a beautiful strike. And I think West Ham deserved it. They were very brilliant in the second half. Not really brilliant in the first half. The first half, I think Tottenham could have even scored more. But look, it's football. If you don't take your chances, someone else will. And no matter how much you lead, never downplay a football game. It's never over until it's over. And Tottenham learned it the hard way. It's a really hard pill to take from Jose and his boys. But I mean, Tottenham Hotspurs, come on, Spurs. This is bad. This is really bad, and I don't think Jose Mourinho will be very happy about the results that transpired over today. That's a very bad result. Although it's not a loss, it feels like a loss. And I think Spurs should go back to the table, because even this season, anytime Spurs take the lead, is this from last season? Spurs has not kept they've not kept a clean sheet. They've always been conceding. Even though they score, they win, they concede. It's either they concede and win, they concede or draw, or they concede or lose. and lose. Sorry, and it's bad. You can have a long run, more than 10 games, and not win games cleanly without conceding. It's bad. Jose Mourinho is known to be a very good tactician when it comes to defending, but his spare side doesn't seem to be really good in that part of the game defending. So I think he needs to go back to the drawing board and let's see the old Jose Mourinho, the one that scores one goal and never concedes again till he wins the game. Because if this is how Spurs is gonna go during the entire season, and they have a very difficult run in about, I think, 1 month from now, they have a very difficult run with involving Chelsea and Arsenal and Liverpool and City. So they have to get these matches, but they have to win these matches. If they don't, I think they are gonna be in really hot waters. So let's talk about Aston Villa and Leicester also, because what's wrong with Leicester? What is wrong with Leicester City? Because last season, Leicester City was a very good team. They were a very good team. And this season, it has all gone into shambles. I mean, they had, I don't know if it is luck, but they did very well against Manchester City at home. And they beat Manchester City by, I think, 5-2. But that result doesn't really flatter Leicester City, because I think Leicester City has been woeful this season. Look at the match today. Come on with Aston Villa. Leicester City last season would have been winning this match hands down. Aston Villa has been on a good run. I think they've won all their 4. They've not lost a single match since the season started. They've won all their 4 matches, if I'm not mistaken. But whether they've won all or not, I know they've not lost a single game this season, Aston Villa. And the addition of Ross Barkley from Chelsea was a masterstroke. And I think the coach needs to be commended for that business, because I think Ross Barkley has added something to their game, has added something to their midfield that they didn't have, and that is take the pressure off Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish should have been doing everything by now if it wasn't for Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley has added another dimension that you just don't have to worry about Jack Grealish. You have to worry about Ross Barkley also. McGinn also was very good. McGinn has been a very good player for them. And I think Aston Villa are going places. I don't think they are going to be in the top 4. I don't think they are going to qualify for the Champions League. Let's be honest. But I still feel that Aston Villa is going to be up there, at least an Europa League place. That is if their season don't come crashing down. Because sometimes when these teams start, they are if shades of Sheffield United last season. When these teams start, these smaller teams, so-called smaller teams, starts off like this, they have a very good run for about 10 games, then their season comes crashing down because the lack of depth. Because when the season starts going and the going gets tough, the big teams have the bench, they have the depth in squad that they can replace players with other players and still get going, but these smaller teams don't have. They'll have the players on the bench, but they are not good enough as the players on the pitch. So what happens is that their season crumbles, and it will just be from competing at the top 4 straight up to competing for sometimes even top 12. So that's how it is for them. So I don't see Aston Villa really challenging for top 4. I think that top 4 will still be for the big boys. But I mean, kudos to them. Kudos to their coaching staff. Kudos to their transfers. They've done a really good business, and I think it's evidence how they are playing now, Aston Villa. Look, Leicester City, they are gonna come good. I know Leicester City is gonna come good, and for some reason, I know that they are not gonna be like this forever. I know something has to change. Something has to change, because if it doesn't, well, it's gonna be bad news for Brendan Rodgers. He's gonna be fired. So yeah, thank you for listening to the podcast. We are gonna continue the podcast with Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Everton. Just make sure you subscribe and follow us, our socials, Source Code Sport on Twitter, and source code _GH also on Twitter.